Overnight rainfall has tracked more toward the lake. More about this coming up in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, the La Crosse Water Utility starts flushing fire hydrants today. Seth Padilla is live with what to expect. President Trump travels to the Middle East as the final hostages are released from Gaza. We'll have the very latest for you. And the president also announcing some new tariffs over the weekend on Chinese goods. We'll tell you what to expect to pay more for. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Monday, October 13th, we are waiting to hear from President Trump. That could happen momentarily, but in the meantime, we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. We've got to get an update on our local weather first. Good morning, Art.
Oh, good morning to you, Alexandra, and happy Monday to you. We're holding on to the possibility of a 60% chance of rainfall that has carried over from overnight. You see most of it now tracking eastward out of our region, but there may be some residual moisture to finish out the morning hours, so let's keep that in mind as you go through your early morning hours. All right, so we do have a holiday today, holding on to this week. We're looking at chances for rainfall at times. Then also for this week, we have a temperature roller coaster ride, giving way to seasonal average temperatures coming back again as we finish out the work week and they settle in. Well, today, though, we'll have the clouds decreasing gradually as we go through the morning hours. Sunshine will prevail today, 50s and the 60s for us. We'll also hold on to Eau Claire. Similar conditions with temperatures in the 50s and near 60 degrees, giving way to at least partly cloudy skies with more sunshine into the afternoon. City Cam looking pretty nice out there right now. It is quiet currently with high temperatures expected today. Widespread 60s in your forecast. And when I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up.
And some breaking news this morning. All 20 living hostages have been released from Gaza. They are back in Israel this morning. President Trump is also there to meet with the families and address the country's parliament. We're waiting that. In the meantime, CBS News' Bradley Blackburn reports from New York.
This is the first glimpse of freedom for the remaining Israeli hostages, released after enduring 2 long years in captivity. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the historic moment marks the beginning of a new path of building and healing. In a place that has been dubbed Hostage Square in Tel Aviv, jubilant crowds came together to celebrate. President Trump landed as Israel and Hamas marked day 4 of the ceasefire to meet with family members of the hostages and to address the country's parliament.
The war is over, okay? You understand that? Everybody is happy, and I think it's going to stay that way.
The president will later chair a summit in Egypt with other world leaders to discuss next steps, including the creation of a multinational peacekeeping force in the region. Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas is also expected to attend. After the Israeli hostage release Monday morning, hundreds of Palestinian prisoners were also set to be released as part of the swap. Since the fighting stopped last Friday, thousands have returned to northern Gaza to find their homes in ruins. Amal Abu Rabia's entire neighborhood was flattened. She says, "I never imagined this level of destruction. There is nothing left." Dozens of trucks carrying humanitarian aid surged into Gaza Sunday, with hundreds more expected in the coming days. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
President Trump will be the 4th U.S. president to speak before Israel's parliament. And the La Crosse community is celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day today. They're having an event at the Nature Place in UWL starting at 9 a.m. going till 8:30 tonight. The celebration includes dinner, tours, entertainment, educational programming, and a keynote speaker, Ho-Chunk historian Amy Lone Tree. Construction will start today on Highway 35 in La Crosse. Crews will reconstruct the road between the Vernon County line and Sunnyside Drive. Highway 35 will remain open during construction, but County GI will close temporarily for railroad crossing improvements. The project is expected to finish by November of 2026. Collectors and pop culture fans lined up for one of the area's biggest hobby events, the Midwest Collect Quest Card Show. That event took place at the La Crosse Center, featuring more than 100 vendor tables and dozens of trading card and collectible dealers. Fans came out to buy, sell, and trade everything from sports cards to rare memorabilia.
It's bringing back the nostalgia and the fun that we all knew as kids doing, whether we were into sports or Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z or whatever it was that we were into. It's bringing back that nostalgia and that human connection that I really enjoy about this.
Well-known voice actors were also in the crowd. The 26th annual Fall Gift and Card Show wrapped up yesterday at the Omni Center. More than 100 vendors sold crafts, gifts, jewelry, and clothing. The free event attracted families looking for holiday gifts.
A great time to come and support the community. You know, a lot of our vendors are local small businesses, so just a great time to come and get the holiday shopping started.
The event also takes non-perishable food donations and monetary donations for the Onalaska Regional Food Basket. Llama hiking has been a staple at Justin Trails for more than 20 years. Llamas are known for being pack animals. This unique opportunity allows for a therapeutic experience, combining both farm animals and nature. News 8 Now photographer Brianna Gasper has more in this week's eyepiece.
In 2003, we interviewed the guests who had stayed here and asked, the last question is, what could we do better? And their response was they wanted farm animals, and more specifically, they wanted llamas. So my husband and I went llama shopping. We had Dusty and Rusty, and they lived to be 18 and 19. And when Rusty passed, then I bought Porter and Stout, and they are 6 years old. And so we've trained all 4 of them to go for llama treks, and guests like to do that.
We got them when they were about 6 months old, and so at that time they didn't know how to walk on a halter or a lead line. And so my husband and I, Donna kind of voted us to go ahead and do it. And so I watched probably about 18 hours on llama videos on how to train them properly on a lead line. Stout, he's more of our spicier one, so he likes to be the alpha. We like to call them our teenagers, so when they're running around in the pen and stuff like that, they tend to chase each other, and he's usually one getting chased. They're actually known for like pack animals, and so like a lot of people, when they go like on camping trips or something like that, kind of like a camel or a donkey, that's what they're used for, is to like pack their stuff in and out of the woods.
I just thought that they were going to be in their pen and just take a couple pictures and on you go with your vacations. I don't know the characteristic outside of being inside and corralled, so I'm curious just to see kind of their natural, if this is very natural. I'm excited to see that.
It's not every day that you walk a llama.
No, it's not. The time now is 5:14. Still ahead on your morning news. President Trump bumping up tariffs on China before a meeting with that country's leader this week. Consumer sentiment is almost at a record low, and people are struggling to pay their car loans. And a new bar will open in Madison next week, centering around women's sports. We'll take you there after the break. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Today is the U.S. Navy's 250th birthday. On October 13th, 1775, the Continental Congress established the first U.S. naval force with just 2 ships and 80 men. Today, the Navy has more than 340,000 active duty personnel. Happy birthday to all who serve. And as you begin to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with Biloxi, Mississippi. This is a view from the Golden Nugget Casino. Biloxi is in the center of what fishery biologists term the fertile fisheries crescent. All right, a lot of gambling taking place there also. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
Get ready to celebrate. It's Oktoberfest at Home Furniture. Fall into savings of up to 10% off sale prices throughout the showroom. This bedroom suite is now just $5.99. Plus, right now, get 3-year special financing during the Oktoberfest sale, only at Home Furniture.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Rust-Oleum Stops Rust Custom Spray Paint is the first can of spray paint with adjustable settings. Choose from 5 spray patterns to give every project a professional finish. Only $5.87 each after rebate. Rust-Oleum's low-odor spray paint eliminates harsh odors without compromising color or durability. It's ideal for both interior and exterior projects. Right now, just $6.88 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Arts Center is impacted by tourists.
The more people that we can get into the La Crosse area, the more I can provide for the people in our neighborhoods, the employees that I can help take care of, and just generally a better quality of life for us and our surrounding area.
The increased tourism means more business to us, means that we need to hire more staffing to accommodate for the fuel sales, to accommodate getting the rentals ready.
The power of tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs from October 15th to December 7th. With so many choices, it can be overwhelming. At Strive Medicare, we cut through the confusion, helping you find the plan that's right for you. We're your local Medigap insurance advisors right here in the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse. and ready to answer the questions face-to-face or over the phone. Don't go it alone this annual enrollment season. Call or visit Strive Medicare today.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Don't sleep on the incredible deals during Snooze Fest at Home Sleep Express. Get any size Total Comfort for the price of its twin from just $99, or upgrade to a king for the price of a queen mattress. Plus, great savings on adjustable beds and linens during Snooze Fest at Home Sleep Express. If you snooze, you lose.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now.
Hi, well, welcome back. Here we have some rain chances working back into the forecast area here, kind of working out of the region gradually. You can see that going by Westfield, heading out to Wisconsin Rapids, all the way down to Dodgeville. Madison's getting a little taste of that too, with some light to moderate rainfall. Yeah, that was a good chance of rainfall. We have about a 60% chance to finish out this morning, so we may not be done just yet. So we'll keep an eye on that, holding on. We'll get into temperatures right for you here. Some 60s around La Crosse, 61 degrees there, 57 for Viroqua, 59 for Prairie du Chien, Eau Claire at 56 degrees, a little bit cooler up to the northern portions along I-94. We'll see that a lot going into the next few days as well. We're also going to be seeing temperatures warming up gradually as we go right through the morning hours. Partly cloudy skies giving way to sunshine as we go through the sunrise time. And as we also pick up again for La Crosse, we'll hold on to some cloudier skies. Mostly cloudy skies becoming partly cloudy skies, getting into the forecast at least, and getting in mostly sunny to finish out the morning, getting into the afternoon with a whole lot of sunshine on the way. Highs for Tuesday, though, once we get into that, though, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, or I should say cloudier skies, rainfall chances for some as we go into it. A little bit of a breeze coming out of the northwest as well. We'll see temperatures in the 50s and, of course, in some 60s. Holding on for tomorrow also, we'll also see the possibility of increasing cloud cover. Rainfall chances will be in the forecast as well. It's about a 20 to 30% chance of that happening for La Crosse, as you can see, with a 20% chance to finish out the day. Similar conditions as you get into Eau Claire, as you're looking at the possibility of increasing clouds, cloudiness getting into the afternoon, and then continuing on with a 20% chance of rainfall. That's a look at your forecast. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
In our consumer news, Chinese goods could get much more expensive. President Trump announcing a new 100% tariff on Chinese exports on top of existing 30% tariffs. That means 130% total tariff on goods from China. That'll start November 1st. The move is in response to China restricting exports of rare earth minerals needed for electronics. Economists say the tariffs will likely increase prices on phones, computers, and other consumer electronics. And consumer confidence dropping to one of the lowest levels since World War II. A new University of Michigan survey shows consumer sentiment at its 7th lowest mark since 1952. Americans cite high prices and weak job opportunities as major concerns. The drop comes as the government shutdown is now entering over 10 days, with more than 1 million federal workers furloughed or working without pay. More Americans are struggling to make car payments. Nearly 14% of new car buyers have credit scores below 650, the highest in 9 years. More than 6% of car loans are at least 60 days overdue. That's a new high. Last year, more than 1.7 million vehicles were repossessed, the most since 2009. A new sports bar is opening in Madison, centered around women's sports. It honors a very special player as we take a look.
Madison's bar roster just got a little bigger.
It's going to be a live blues music and sports bar, along with great soul food.
But the newest addition, Burnell's, isn't quite like the rest.
In the sports, we're going to highlight women's-centered sports. We'll be the only bar in Madison that is doing that, and I'm very excited about that.
Soon, these ketchup bottles will be full, TVs will be on the walls, and the bar will be filled with all types of sports fans.
There's been conversation that if I say women-centered, that men won't want to come, and that's so not true.
Rita Adair has a deep connection to sports.
My family is very athletic. I have a nephew in the NFL. My father was a bodybuilder. My mother was a national swimmer. So I have a lot of history in being around sport. This is Brunell's nephew, Amani Hooker, number 37 with the Titans.
Rita was also connected to sports through her late wife, Burnell Hooker, who the bar is named after.
She was a women's basketball coach and taught the business of sports. And she also was just an avid fan of women's sports. And she always wanted to own a women's sports bar.
Making sure Burnell's wish falls through the net.
It feels incredible. Burnell was humble, and she didn't brag about herself at all. She's made history in women's sports, especially in Wisconsin. So I wanted to carry that on for her.
Serving up a community where anyone can enjoy women's sports, no matter who walks through the door.
This isn't just the only women's bar. This is a bar for sports that's going to make sure that women are seen.
And the new bar is set to open October 24th. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Okay, taking a look outside right now, we're going to be seeing the possibility of, again, Eau Claire, as I haven't shown you just yet, looking pretty quiet out there right now. Then we'll get into it here, taking you back down to Dubuque, Iowa. That's still pretty nice out there as well. A little bit of a breeze out there. You see some of the trees kind of rustling out there. This rainfall continues to track out of the region gradually, as you can see there. We're keeping an eye to see if any more is coming up. You see mostly well up to the north by Canada. And of course, some of this is also going to be making its way into our region as we go into the next few days. You have a lot of moisture coming in from the Pacific Ocean, a lot of rainfall cutting across into California again today, and that'll go on for the next few days. And in fact, we'll see most of this moisture trying to work as well, coming back along the Four Corners region, because we've got some tropical moisture still coming back up there. That's going to track up to the north. Some of that's going to go to Canada. Some of that's going to try to make its way and break off and work its way into our region, and that'll bring in some rainfall possibly as we go into Wednesday and Thursday as well. And that will continue to also offer in some kinder conditions, as well as getting into your forecast, bringing in non-traditionally rainfall for our season that has already ended pretty much for the rain. We're getting back into 60s today. Widespread, we'll also see possibly getting into around near 70 degrees for our warmest locations. You get in Gays Mill 69 degrees. You also pick up again down to the south. You're picking up Prairie du Chien at 69 degrees. We'll go back up to La Crosse. You're holding on to 68 degrees here with partly cloudy skies. I should say mostly sunny skies, with some locations getting up to partly cloudy skies like Sparta. Similar conditions for Black River Falls from 66 to 65 degrees. Osseo still holding on to maybe a little potential of rainfall. That always kind of shows up, as you can see there, but down by Fall Creek as well, possibly a little shower or two. Augusta also showers. Neillsville maybe a shower or two. And then Eau Claire looking 65 degrees and dry. We'll carry over to how this all plays out. Sunny and seasonal as we finish out the day. Getting into La Crosse, you're seeing that cloud cover though possibly coming back in the forecast. You can see some of that coming back again as we have more clouds coming back later on. So that's what's going to be playing around in and out of the sunshine for today. Giving way for Tuesday, as you can see, 50s and 60s, possibly getting farther down to the south by New Albany, all the way down to Prairie du Chien. And eventually, as we go right back into it, you're going to see some rainfall popping up. But what I'm going to show you here is, like I tried to show you earlier before, you're going to be seeing going into your 8-day forecast, where you're going to be picking up conditions like this: milder, then you go into cooler, 68 to 52 degrees. Still holding on to cool, but then again, we go back to milder from 59 to 70 degrees on Thursday. So a bit of a roller coaster ride to finish out your work week, going into milder conditions. Then we finish out with seasonal average temperatures to end your week. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. 700 CDC workers mistakenly fired over the weekend. We'll tell you what happened coming up after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in sports, the Packers are back at Lambeau Field, and we're looking for their first win since week 2. Plus, a look ahead to tonight's NLCS Game 1 coming up in the morning blitz.
Business owners, are you tired of running out of supplies? Ace Hardware of La Crosse delivers everything your business needs, from cleaning supplies to appliances. Get what you need when you need it. Set up your business account today and let Ace of La Crosse do the heavy lifting.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage?
Yes, man. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension of sight and sound, a journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the sofa up ahead. Your next stop, the comfort zone.
Fast, free financing available. Don't need financing? Ask about our cash discount.
Come to Esco and find yourself in the comfort zone and tell them Peyton sent you.
John Deere lawn tractors are built for year-round versatility because your work isn't done when the grass stops growing. Attachments like bagging systems and snow removal tools make lawn cleanup a breeze and those long, cold months a lot easier to take. Be ready for anything Wisconsin brings us with a mow and snow package from Tractor Central. Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
The independent living is really nice because you have your own apartment and it's just like living at home.
Although I thought I was way too young to be moving in a place like this, finding Welcome Home was just like finding a home.
Live your life the way you want to and don't have to worry about all the other chores and insurance and things like that.
I like that we get a balanced meal.
Those little helps really help me to be independent.
Drive your story with a new Ram.
Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get your Ram or Jeep now during the Drive into Fall sales event. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn and Laramie. And get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Hurry in because this offer ends October 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Business owners, are you tired of running out of supplies? Ace Hardware of La Crosse is the helpful place with the products your business needs when you need it. We service businesses of all sizes. Ask about volume discounts. Contact Jim to set up your service account today.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. Yesterday, the Packers were back in action after their bye week and took down the Cincinnati Bengals 27-18. Our own Jacob Lenzendorf was in Green Bay for this one and has a recap.
Kate, well, it's been a while since the Packers are being talked about as one of the favorites to compete in the Super Bowl. The Week 3 loss to the Browns was a head-scratcher. The Week 4 tie with the Dallas Cowboys was also a bit puzzling, and then the bye week, but it was big for Green Bay to get back in the win column for the first time in 31 days against a Bengals team that came in losers of 3 straight. And it was the Packers defensive unit that started out the game strong, shutting out the Joe Flacco-led Bengals in the first half and allowing just 18 points in the entire game.
Just the first half, it just shows who we are. Like, we've been trying to figure it out. Like, we've been showing glimpses, but how can we just do it for a complete 4 quarters? So, you know, we held up our end of the bargain. We held them to under 20, so, you know, I'm just happy we got a win. But, you know, we want to get to that point where we get teams under 14, 10, hold them to that range all game.
We're still learning to play with each other. You know, at the end of the day, it's always going to be a new team every year. We're just stacking days. We got an early bye, so it backtracked us a little bit. So now we on a run. Now we got 12 left, right? So guaranteed, play ball.
It was a bit of a slow start out of the gates for the green and gold on offense, but then Jordan Love connecting with Matthew Golden for a 35-yard pass along the sidelines, and that opened up the floodgates. Josh Jacobs, a beast on the ground in a game he wasn't even 100% in, finishing with 18 carries for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I ain't feel too good today. I mean, you can kind of tell right now I don't feel the best. I really don't know where it came from. Just kind of woke up this morning just not feeling my best. But I told him, I said last time that I felt that way, I had 130 and 2 touchdowns. So
Josh is everything you need in a teammate and a leader. You know, he's going to come out there and give it his best every single opportunity he gets. And that's just the relentless effort that he brings, the way he practices. It's just also contagious.
I think the ultimate goal is just going 1-0. You know, it's going to be some ugly games. You know, not every game is going to be pretty. It's not going to be a blowout every time. So you just got to find ways to win these tight ones.
So in their only home game in a span of 51 days, the Packers emerged victorious to improve to 3-1-1 on the season. And although it wasn't pretty, Matt LaFleur will tell you, As long as you get the victory, that's all that matters. And Green Bay will look to make it 2 wins in a row next week when they travel to Arizona. From Lambeau, Jacob Lenzendorf, News 8 Sports.
All right, now we switch gears to the MLB playoffs. The Brewers are back in the NLCS for the first time since 2018, and just the 4th time in franchise history. They'll have a rematch of that 2018 series up against the LA Dodgers. Milwaukee was a perfect 6-0 against the Dodgers this season, but LA has a lineup filled with all-stars and guys who have big game experience. It all starts tonight in Milwaukee. Game 1 set to start at 7:08 p.m. on TBS. Jacob Lenzendorf and I will be there in person tonight, so be sure to tune in this evening for more. That's all for sports. We'll see you then.
Make your pup look and feel their best at Top Dog Treat in West Salem. Fresh, clean, and oh so soft. They'll strut out looking top dog. Book your grooming appointment today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown squash, kraut cabbage, popcorn, and hardy mums. Check out our large selection of pumpkins and pie pumpkins. We also feature many fall decorations, including corn stalks, gourds, specialty pumpkins, and straw bales. Take home some pumpkin cheesecake bars, cookies, pies, or bread from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily, year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
After high school, I joined Eagle Crest Communities. I did not know what I wanted to do for a career, and I really found a passion for working with our senior population. They care about me just as much as I care about them. Being able to be a part of their day is a really special thing for me, and it's given me a purpose in life.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
From sunup to sundown, Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning has been servicing our Cooley region for 60 years. Whether you are in La Crosse, Onalaska, West Salem, Holman, La Crescent, and now open in Blair, take comfort your heating and cooling needs are met with our trusted staff, longevity, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Be ready this fall and call Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning for your furnace clean and check today. Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, your local train dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
First warn weather on News 8 Now.
Well, the first batch of rainfall has passed through the area, heading towards the lake. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now this morning, the La Crosse Water Utility starts flushing hydrants today. Seth Padilla is live with what you need to know. President Trump in the Middle East as the final hostages have been released from Gaza. We're waiting to hear from the president. And new tariffs on Chinese goods could further drive up prices on electronics. What's getting more expensive? Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Monday, October 13th. It is 5:36 a.m. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's over there tracking our forecast for this new week. What can we expect, Art?
Well, it's all about some rain chances popping in the forecast from time to time as we go through the next few days. And, of course, a roller coaster ride with local temperatures giving way to seasonal average temperatures settling back on in. As we go right into it here, we have the cloud cover right now because of the rainfall that just slipped away. That will gradually decrease our cloud clouds as we finish out for La Crosse going into the afternoon. Then eventually some of those clouds are going to return. We'll also see similar conditions as we get into Eau Claire. You've got some sunnier or clearer skies going into sunrise, and it continues on with more sunshine as we get deeper into this hour here. You're holding on to better looking conditions to finish out their day. Holding on to CityCam, very quiet out there right now. And of course, the roadways have a few wet spots out there. And conditions today will also be picking up 60s widespread in the forecast. And of course, you can see it'll be fairly gusty as we get through the day, going from the noon hour, I should say from the morning into the noon hour, then it tapers. We'll also find ourselves with increasing temperatures as that roller coaster ride gets up high, up to the middle 70s, and right back down.
Thank you, Art. Turning to some breaking news this morning, all 20 living hostages have been released from Gaza. They are back in Israel this morning. President Trump is also there to meet with the families and address the country's parliament. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn reports.
This is the first glimpse of freedom for the remaining Israeli hostages, released after enduring 2 long years in captivity. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the historic moment marks the beginning of a new path of building and healing. In a place that has been dubbed Hostage Square in Tel Aviv, jubilant crowds came together to celebrate. President Trump landed as Israel and Hamas marked day 4 of the ceasefire to meet with family members of the hostages and to address the country's parliament.
The war is over, okay? You understand that? Everybody is happy. And I think it's going to stay that way.
The president will later chair a summit in Egypt with other world leaders to discuss next steps, including the creation of a multinational peacekeeping force in the region. Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas is also expected to attend. After the Israeli hostage release Monday morning, hundreds of Palestinian prisoners were also set to be released as part of the swap. Since the fighting stopped last Friday, thousands have returned to northern Gaza to find their homes in ruins. Amal Abu Rabia's entire neighborhood was flattened. She says, "I never imagined this level of destruction. There is nothing left." Dozens of trucks carrying humanitarian aid surged into Gaza Sunday, with hundreds more expected in the coming days. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
To speak before Israel's parliament. If you live in parts of La Crosse, you may notice lower water pressure or discolored water over the next week. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla is live to tell us more about what's happening. Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. In less than 2 hours, La Crosse Water Utility will begin flushing fire hydrants in North La Crosse, all part of routine maintenance. Flushing starts around 7 a.m. and will take 2 to 3 days. Residents may experience lower water pressure and discolored water that could affect laundry or tap water. If you do see discoloration, just run a cold tap in your bathtub for a few minutes until that water clears. On Wednesday, crews moved to South La Crosse for 3 to 4 days of flushing there.
If you live in a cul-de-sac, usually those are the dead ends of the lines. That's where everything stops. And that's kind of where we're going to be in those areas. It's not going to impact very many residents at all.
The flushing targets dead-end water mains to clear blockages and keep the water supply clean. Live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for that update, Seth. We'll check back in with you shortly. And something else to let you know about: construction starting today on Highway 35 in La Crosse. Crews will reconstruct the road between the Vernon County line and Sunnyside Drive. Highway 35 will stay open during construction, but County GI will close for railroad crossing improvements. The project should be finished by next November. In our medical news today, hundreds of CDC workers mistakenly fired over the weekend have been reinstated. 1,300 CDC employees received layoff notices Friday night, but 700 were brought back the next day after the agency discovered a coding error. The firings came after President Trump said he planned to fire federal workers in retaliation for the government shutdown. The mass layoffs are being challenged in court. And now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He has an update on our Monday morning commute.
Okay, with that in mind, we're also holding on to that rainfall that's kind of kicked out of the region. We're also seeing temperatures in the 50s and the 60s this early morning. We'll take it right back out to how this plays out for you on the roadways. At least you're looking at some 50s, drier conditions in the forecast as we go through the 6 a.m. hour. The rainfall that went through, this kind of swept through the area, this was kind of around 6 o'clock this morning. And of course, we're seeing a little bit of sunshine coming back in the forecast as well as we finish out your morning and go into your afternoon with temperatures in the 50s. We'll look at La Crosse, where you're seeing cloudier skies, giving way to mostly cloudy skies by the 8 a.m. hour. So we'll also find ourselves getting into mostly sunnier skies as we get into the 10 o'clock hour to finish out for the late day or late morning hours. Into the afternoon we go, 61 degrees for you. So a tad on the chilly side, I should say on the cool side, then becoming seasonal to finish out the day. La Crosse, you'll see as we get all the way out there, you're going to see temperatures around the middle 60s in your forecast. And as we stretch all the way out for Eau Claire, you're going to find yourselves with getting around the 4 o'clock hour, some middle 60s as well for you. And eventually we'll see some cloud cover coming back in, and we'll fill in those skies coming in for tomorrow. Why? Because we've got more rainfall coming in for your Tuesday. And that's a look at your forecast. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Thank you, Art. A new workplace comedy premieres tonight on CBS. DMV finds laughs in the chaos of the Department of Motor Vehicles. We'll have your preview next in the Morning Buzz Report.
This October, Maxwell White and the La Crosse Hunger Task Force are hosting our annual food drive. Donate at least 6 items when we visit, and we'll donate $15 on your behalf, plus give you $15 off any service that day. Schedule today.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like men's full blue denim jeans, just $12.99. Rewards members get up to $200 instant savings on a new set of tires. Save even more on select brands with consumer rebates. Plus, we offer Blaine's Best Price Promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs from October 15th to December 7th. With so many choices, it can be overwhelming. At Strive Medicare, we cut through the confusion, helping you find the plan that's right for you. We're your local Medigap insurance advisors right here in the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse, and ready to answer the questions face-to-face or over the phone. Don't go it alone this annual enrollment season. Call or visit Strive Medicare today.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Get your tickets now for opening night and a world premiere October 18th, sponsored by Doctors Jeff and Lisa Drexler and Alex and Jackie Vaver at lacrossesymphony.org.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Do your drains scare you? Bring them back to life with Maxwell White. Get a $99 mainline drain opening, including a camera inspection, and let our highly trained professionals banish the monsters that lurk in your pipes.
Call or schedule online.
Well, good morning to you as we get into your forecast here. Drier conditions now working into the area here. You can see well up to the north, getting towards portions of the Twin Cities and then dragging right back into Wisconsin as well. So that means we're really going to see more clearing to finish out the morning hours going into how this all plays out for the day. We've got drier conditions coming in for the desert Southwest. Still, after that tropical moisture is now kind of getting cut off from what we've been seeing over the last few days. We also have a lot of moisture coming out of California as well, as this area of low pressure continues to push more moisture across the area. In fact, this is moisture from California, and it will continue to be a part of our forecast as we go through most of the week. You're seeing this rainfall kicking out now. Gradually, we see maybe a few spotty showers to finish out the day, giving way to most of this moisture coming in from the desert Southwest, working into the Four Corners region, then eventually launching up, half of that going all the way up to Canada. The other half is going to break off and work its way towards portions of Iowa as well as Minnesota and, of course, Wisconsin, and that's going to be a part of our forecast. We'll get into it as we roll right through how this all shapes up for today. We're looking at 60s widespread in the forecast, so seasonal, believe it or not, and as we finish out, we'll hold on to that moisture kicking out of the region. Once we go, that drier air takes shape. We start to clear out the skies, giving way to mostly sunny skies to at least sunny for some folks, and we get into the 12 o'clock hour. That's just the noon hour. A few clouds down by Prairie du Chien and Boscoville as well, then a batch of clouds to come back again as we get in the 4 o'clock hour from La Crosse all the way across the river to areas right by Viroqua. We'll see more clouds coming up along the northern portion as well, all the way up to Ladysmith and down towards filling in down towards areas by Red Wing back to Winona and to Eau Claire as we finish out going to the midnight hour. Now that we keep an eye on because rainfall is going to be a part of that as we finish out with cloudier skies as we go into Tuesday. Now rainfall crosses the river as we get right across the 8 o'clock hour in the morning. Then eventually that's Black River Falls. You've got also Winona, and then that's going to start to work its way down towards La Crosse, sagging all over Sparta as well. Holman, you've been in that since the beginning, and that continues on from the 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour, continuing all the way down to the 1 o'clock hour, and that continues to push more moisture down to the forecast area, as you can see. So what we're looking at as we go into tomorrow, it looks like there's not a lot of rainfall coming in the morning, but believe it or not, it's going to be on the way, holding on to a 20% chance later on in the afternoon as well. Highs for Tuesday, 50s and 60s, a little bit on the cooler side, but once we get into how this all shapes up for the next few days, it's going to wind up being like this. We'll get into the forecast going into milder conditions for today, 68 to 52 degrees for cooler conditions. A little bit on the cooler side as we go into Wednesday as well, a tad bit cooler still, but we go into milder conditions for Thursday, leaning into Friday as well, 40 to 30% chance of rainfall on the way. Back to you.
CBS Premiere Week continues tonight with DMV, a new workplace comedy set at the Department of Motor Vehicles. Here's a behind-the-scenes preview.
Well, it's 8 o'clock. It's time to open the Joy Factory. Welcome to the set of the DMV.
DMV is a very fun workplace comedy.
Hello, DMV MVPs.
We've all been to the DMV. The writers are excited to try to put stories together that could only exist at the DMV.
Look at that poor woman. Do you think I should help her?
We work at the DMV. Helping people is not our job. The DMV is someplace that everyone has to go to.
It's the great equalizer. It doesn't matter if you have $3 million or $3. Like, you still have to get your license and you have to wait in line.
You do realize your job is to ruin people's lives? This is mine now.
It's out of ink anyway. We never skip breaks. I quit smoking years ago, but I still come out here twice a day because the state grants me that right. Excuse me.
The cast is so amazing. Every time I go to work, it's almost like a masterclass.
The six of us, we're all very different individuals, but when we sit together, we make each other laugh a lot.
If we're both still single at 40, you and me.
40? I thought you were like 55. They are not just funny people, they are extremely gifted. They are like this with each other.
How'd your driving test go?
I mean, he passed.
That's why we call you Easy Pass.
I'm not easy pass. If anything, I'm like hard pass. Oh, wait.
The DMV is hilariously, cringely funny.
Funny and hopeful.
Watch DMV.
You like the DMV.
I do.
You always give them a shout out.
I just did the other day, yeah.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
How about Raymond? He's 8 and he loves ice cream and celebrating his birthday.
Perfect. There he goes. That looks really good. Happy birthday. Chase is 8. He loves playing baseball, football, and basketball, and is a huge Brewers fan. Good time for him, too.
All right, Karen is 88. She loves her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, and she also loves playing video poker.
Happy birthday, Karen. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website. Use8000.com and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your morning news now is up next.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No. And you get the latest phones.
High five. Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
All right, friends. We know we love the fudge, but what about the ice cream?
Whoa, this hits a spot.
I think I just heard angels singing.
As good as the dill pickle fudge.
Yep, just as good as the fudge.
With dozens of flavors of fudge available, our special Wurzel drinks, and now 8 flavors of ice cream, there is something for everyone.
To Valley Fudge and Candy.
Get up to 10% off sale prices during the Oktoberfest sale at Home Furniture.
Now at Menards, get an 11% rebate on everything. Trust Menards to have everything you need to get ahead this fall season. Rakes, cleanup bags, blowers, and more. Shop Menards' selection of fall cleanup products today. Help prepare your lawn for winter dormancy and a healthy spring with premium fall lawn food fertilizer. A 17-pound bag covers up to 5,000 square feet. Just $9.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Well, the Brewers are back in action tonight. First, we'll take a look at the locker room. This is from Saturday night after the Brew crew clinched the NLDS with a 3-1 win over the Cubs. Champagne flying everywhere as the Brewers celebrate their first trip to the National League Championship Series since 2018. Tonight, they host the Dodgers in Game 1 at American Family Field. First pitch at 7 p.m. on TBS. It's 5:54, time for your morning news now. All 20 living hostages have been released from Gaza and are back in Israel this morning. President Trump is also in Israel meeting with the families. He also plans to address the country's parliament. He's called his visit to the region a, quote, very special event. Construction begins today on Highway 35 in La Crosse. Crews will reconstruct the road between the Vernon County line and Sunnyside Drive. Highway 35 will stay open during construction, but County GI will close temporarily for railroad crossing improvements. The project is expected to finish by November 2026.
All right, taking a look at your forecast. We're going to have some breezy conditions coming into today, and that's going to continue on until the noon hour, and then it'll begin to break down for you. We're also looking at the highs today, looking at mostly widespread 60s in your forecast, 68 for La Crosse, 65 for Eau Claire, and as you go through the next few days, as I mentioned before, it's a roller coaster ride for our local temperatures. So as we go through, we'll go from 68 down to 52, back up to 59 and 70 degrees, with more of those 70s rolling into Friday. And then for the weekend, well, we have some seasonal average temperatures start to roll back in and settle into your forecast. And that's a look at what I've got going on for you. Have a glorious day.
Okay, 74 coming through on Friday.
You know.
I love to see it. Thank you, Art.